One of the things that we were discussing before the podcast was basically that this whole 3D printing discipline was expected to be a huge boom. Everyone was making a huge fuss about it, like, oh, everyone's going to have a 3D printer at home. Can you tell us a little bit why it didn't take off as people anticipated it would, and what's the situation with that? Because I personally think it's a really cool technology.
It is a really cool technology, and it's a very capable technology. But I think one of the reasons that it didn't take off quite the way it was expected to is because it was a bit overhyped. In particular, people called it, and even brand names were named after the replicator from Star Trek, which is like this hole in the wall that people walk up to and say, I want a steak sandwich, and it goes, and there it is. And so in concept, it's not a million miles away from that idea. However, instead of it taking 5 seconds to materialize, it might take 5 days to materialize. And that's, I think, the big bugbear. And that's why you hear about so many people who've got a 3D printer and they're all excited about it, and then you really don't hear about it after that. It's because it's a slow manufacturing process. It's not a magic wand that just creates things. Except it is. It just takes time. And there's that kind of letdown of, oh, this is going to take a day and a half to print this small object. But if you have patience with it, it's so rewarding. There's also, it's a technology that's very much in its infancy. So like, there are obvious optimizations. I don't know if obvious is the right word there, but optimizations that are very apparent in the 3D printing circles that can be made to it that just haven't hit the market yet. So there are things that, but again, all of these things will marginally speed it up. So you're looking at, a day instead of a day and a half. But you're still making large time investments. They can be noisy. I don't know if you can hear this one running in the background. The sound suppression might be killing it.
No, but it sounds very silent, actually. Like I can't hear any noise.
Okay, well, it's going, and there's like whirring of motors. When you first see it in operation, it's so cool because it's like having a piece of a like an automobile assembly line robot working in your living room, and I just love that. I still get a kick out of seeing it just trundling away and printing, but it can be noisy. There can be odors from the material that it's melting, but they're not super strong. I don't think they're very objectionable. It depends on what filament you get as well. And I should say as well, when we were breaking down what 3D printing is, as I said, this is probably the most common type, which is melting a spool of solid plastic to make it pliable and drawing out the shapes of it. But there are other types. There's
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.